Hey guys, the quick look ahead at the events for the week to come, starting the week of September 9th. We do have keys again, which is more resetting the regular order of events, so this was kind of expected. However, this one's going to be a little bit of a tough one. It is Scold. Also, take note that it is a max of 4 rounds. They have changed it to the keys are max 4 rounds, the wheel is max 5 rounds, and the miracle eyes are max 6 rounds. They have not quite increased the number of resources we get, so actually I don't even know if this is coming to our servers just yet, so just keep this in mind that it's possible that when we get the key event it could be max 4 rounds, but it might not be. Unknown as of yet. Anyway, it is Skull. One thing to note is that before you go all in and say, hey, I can use copies of Scold more than I can use copies of Stupid Lightning, is they are slightly starting to go back to the order of releasing new heroes every 6 weeks. So they have already teased the new hero. My personal guess is a Horde Assassin, but honestly, nobody knows. They've only given the picture and his name, which is Scar. So we will see how he works. Actually, he could be undead, come to think of it. So before you decide to pull for Scold, remember that getting on the new hero cycle still is, always will be the most efficient way to get new copies of heroes, especially now that T5 is coming. If you're going to need 17 copies of a hero, would you really rather have 2 when you can have 4? So it's definitely something to think about, getting copies of heroes when it matters. Especially if it turns out to be good. I mean, that one we don't really know, so we'll see. Up chest during this event is Detlaf, which is also expected. Nobody expected a good hero to be in the up chest, which is another reason why you shouldn't pull. Would tie it into the first reason, really. And the hero summon event is Scold and Detlaf. So I really don't recommend people be pulling for Scold while we know that T5 is coming. Like, is this going to get you to 17 copies of Scold in an expedient manner? No, it won't. It's going to be very wasteful at the cost of losing out on potential other heroes, so just keep that in mind. Next, we have Forge Master, which has been redone. So this is very interesting. They took away the gold requirement and they made it bloodstones. So if you happen to have gotten lucky with a whole bunch of extra bloodstones from the void chests, this is actually kind of worth it if only if you still need red gear for your damage dealers, and if you're swimming in bloodstones and you don't mind using up some gems. Lately, with new events having a gem option, I mean, the biggest example that comes to mind is the anniversary where they wanted everybody to spend 80,000 gems. If you keep that in mind, it's not such a bad idea to start keeping a gem bank that you can fall back on in case they do release an event that needs a lot of gems. But again, if you really need the red gear for your damage dealers, this is definitely starting to be worth it. Now that people got a lot of extra flags from Planet Trial because of the pet update and everything else, there's not as much need to use your void currency on flags anymore. So it's not such a bad idea to use it to buy bloodstones if you're going to aim for this. And now Forge Master doesn't come that often, but you've got time. You can always buy up to 10 bloodstones per week. So something to think about in case you're looking for some gear upgrade. And another thing that was brought up is that with T5 coming, it's more important to have less T4 gears, or to have less strong sets of gear consolidated around your strong heroes, because really, realistically, people are going to have 1, 2, 3 T5s when the thing comes out. So what are you going to do with 15 sets of orange 4 gear? It's kind of better to consolidate them all into a few red 1s and put them on your T5s. So it's another thing to think about. There's a lot of a lot of decisions to be made, and quite honestly, this is the kind of thing that's going to be very specific to each player, so there isn't really a one size fits all type of advice for these. Depends on how many T5s you're going to be able to make, if you're even close to T5s at all, if you have a lot of gems and bloodstones, if you don't have a whole lot of sets of red gear, etc., etc. So best that you kind of work that out for yourself before deciding what to do with this. Um, Quick teaser: we've got the wheel, we've got Bloodtooth Scarlet, we've got another artifact event, unknown what this is. It looks like something, a moon expedition event. It says climbing the moon, like mission, and so I don't know, probably looks like another money event, so be ready for that. All right, guys, that is all for this week. See you guys next week.